Love. It can make a man do crazy things, wage war, commit suicide, or write poem after poem about a girl he fell in love with on the internet and send said poems to her in hopes she'd realize the poems are about her because obviously she's not a dummy. They were about her, clearly. But romantic love isn't the only love out there. There's also wet lust. I'm kidding. There's also the love a daughter has for her daddy. For real, not in a sexual way. The love a child has for her father can also make them do crazy, outlandish things like giving up a kidney, traveling out of LAX on Thanksgiving, or demanding heroics from them when all they are is made out of mushy skin and blood, not spandex and sparks. My name is James.
I'm Nicole.
And we are Mostly Speaking Sentai. Hey guys, this is James. Like I said, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Unless you're flaming me on the message boards, then please do wear it out immediately or I will report. Yeah, I'm one of those guys just reporting bad information about him. I say you're harassing me even though you just said I say like too many times. Henry. And I'm with my beautiful lover. Yes, guys, this is the Valentine's Day show. Nicole, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
Please allow her to reintroduce herself. Her name is
James.
Yeah. Guys, it's February 14th, the day for love and the day for smooching. If you're listening by someone, if you know them, give them a smooch on the hand, on the face.
Give him a little kiss, daddy.
Just do one of those. Just both of our guests are on their phone, already bored by what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm calling both of you out. Yeah. Kiss your
that's
friends,
weird,
guys.
I'm
That's
the
what
one that's had the Red Bull.
Oh yeah. No, this is what I get like when I'm on the mic for
The cocaine.
Mostly Speaking Sentai. Also, remember, talking to that
project.
microphone.
Just talk into it.
Yeah. All you have to do is be this close to the mic and you'll be fine.
I don't want to put my lips on it.
Oh, my lips aren't on it. You can kind of, like my hair is kind of on it sometimes.
I just shaved actually, so I don't have that. Like it's like whiskers. Like you know how cats use whiskers to know like whether they can fit in a space or
Oh
not.
my God. Once you start growing facial hair, you can use that to say, oh, I'm close enough to the mic.
I'm gonna get one of
whiskers.
Until then, I'll get one of those. You know those beanies that have the attached beards.
Yes.
I'll get one of those.
Yeah.
I will need you to pay for it.
Oh, I can't do that.
Me neither.
I'm on a fixed income like my nana is.
I'm
You're on no income.
very poor.
All right.
Love.
I'm not going to introduce them yet, but you guys can get in on this conversation.
Okay.
Nicole
Get
and
into
I
it.
had a disagreement before we even get into Sentai stuff. Also, I need to make sure, are we recording?
We're recording. We're
Okay.
at 7 minutes and 39, 40 seconds.
Also, I introduced this person, but forget that. I'll blank it out.
Fuck whatever you just heard. That's
Yeah.
not who this is.
What's
You
that?
have to, like-
We don't have disagreements.
I was going to say, this Valentine's Day episode is off to a bad start. If you're like, me and Nicole, we're fucking fighting.
Oh, no, it was just a disagreement. It wasn't an argument, but fuck what you heard. He's dating Lenny. That's from a Gravy Train song. Club Situation, guys. Check it out. It's really good. Nicole said, I need to also fix my chair. It's creaking.
Did
Yeah.
I?
Thought you were in a rocking chair for a second.
Nicole said that Marilyn Manson is not good. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
I said their music is okay.
Now, when you say there, is Marilyn Manson a they, them, or is there more than one person in Marilyn Manson?
Both.
So I want to let you know already that I don't know anything about Marilyn. I've never heard of it. I just know that Marilyn Manson has the long hair and does whiteface.
Because he's a vampire
Yeah, he's
ghost.
goth.
He's the one that took his ribs out to suck his own dick.
People said that he did, but he did not.
And he was the cause behind.
Oh, yes, behind
Okay, cool,
Columbine.
cool, yeah.
Blame it on Marilyn. Where were the parents at? I don't know the rest
a
of the
song?
lyrics.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
Eminem.
Eminem. We had this conversation today on another podcast.
And to also let you all know, I know very little about Eminem.
Oh, you
Now,
love
we were
it.
talking about Immortal Technique.
Oh my God.
I could talk about one song.
That devil song.
Yeah, Dance with the
Yes.
Devil. You better say never. I used to think that song was so great. And then I got older and I was like, what the fuck was wrong with me?
Oh my God. Everyone in my high school.
I played that song for my sister and she thought it was based on a true story and like sobbed. Like,
What
she
was
like,
it about?
He's talking about his friend he once knew, edited by the name of William, who's like, he wanted to be like a drug dealer or like a kingpin, like a drug lord. So what he does is he works his way up, but he somehow gets like too hot in the game and starts snitching. The gang that he's with no longer trusts him. And they're like, you have to do something for us to prove to us that you are still a part of the gang. We're going to rape this woman. So
Okay, yeah.
abduct have you guys heard the song?
No.
So they abduct a woman and they take her to the top of a building. They like break her jaw. They're beating her. She's screaming. They're like, stop fucking screaming. Shut up. They have something over her head so they can't see her. They abduct her from behind, put a pillowcase over her head, take her to the top of a roof and rape her. Well, when it comes time for William to kill her, he takes the pillowcase off and he's looking at his mother because they had just like beaten and raped his mother. So he shoots himself in the head or jumps off of the building.
I don't remember.
And then at the end, he's like, listen, everything I'm telling is true because I knew William and I raped his mom too. But it turns out that the song was about discord in the rap game. It was not at all true and had nothing to, like, it was just, he wrote in like a 6-minute song about raping a woman only to not have been talking about, he was talking about raping the rap game. I don't know. It just kind of seemed like maybe
really
Immortal Technique had a
disgusting.
lot going on and really needed to get that out.
yeah.
That's really gross.
Also, I guess maybe I've never heard that song. Just everyone told me to listen to it because that is, why was everyone in my, coming from someone who
You've never heard the
listened-
song?
I mean, I have to have had. I know about that song. So, but what was the edited word?
Oh, it was nigga.
Oh, okay. You can say that on this podcast. I can't say that on this podcast or anywhere.
Not that much of a crossover where I feel like there are lots of things that I feel comfortable saying. Like I feel like What the Hellmouth is like my home podcast, even
yeah.
though we are in your home. And I don't like, I don't just come to people's houses saying the N-word all willy-nilly. I know you might not believe that. I'm lying.
yeah.
Also, guys, remember, this is the Valentine's Day special.
Not
Great.
since That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana has there been a greater crossover.
Oh, it was a 3-way crossover.
Top 3 crossovers I've ever seen. The Buffy the Vampire Slayer / Angel 4-part crossover that I'm very excited for us to spend 4 hours watching. That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana, the Valentine's Day episode of Mostly Speaking Sentai.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd also throw in the Ninja Turtles Power Rangers in Space episode because I loved that one. But hey, guys, this person alluded to it. You've heard both of them speaking from my other podcast, which is I consider more their podcast than mine because that means I have to do
No.
less work on it.
No.
I mean, besides editing, I still do that. We have Anissa
Woo, woo.
and TC
Ow.
from What
the Hellmouth?
Did Anissa say what?
I did.
Oh, yes, we all got it then.
I actually only did that the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it out eventually.
Sometimes she just says it very exasperately.
Like, this is what the hell.
Was there real milk in that Starbucks?
No.
I'm very
I got
burpy.
almond milk.
Maybe they
Guys.
put real milk in it anyway.
We do a Buffy the Vampire Slayer podcast.
It's the best show.
And I wanted you guys on this because you're in a relationship. Valentine's Day is
4
on a
years deep.
Thursday. How many?
4.
No.
You don't know me and how long I've been stalking Anissa?
Well,
Okay.
I
'Cause
know.
was like, wait, hold
It depends
on.
on who you ask how long we've been in a relationship because I was dating Anissa long before she was dating me.
Oh, yeah. I know this.
Thank you.
You've said it in many one-on-ones with me.
Why were we doing? Never talked about numbers and one-on-ones. For those who didn't watch episode 8 of Mostly Speaking
No,
Sentai,
4.
Episode 4, was it 4?
Yeah.
Oops. James used to be my manager.
Yes.
Now he's just my best friend.
Yeah.
Precious.
Hey, take that, Mac.
I mean, she's my sister. She is my best friend, but it doesn't count because I've known her for 23 years.
Who would be
And she's not going to listen to this.
Who would be your maid of honor or best man? Mac or me?
Rachel.
Mac and me.
No, it would
Yes.
be
Damn
Rachel. I said it would be Rachel.
Oh, really?
For sure. I think you could be like in the boy bridal part, the groomal
Can
party.
I
groomsman.
be an usher?
No.
Why
But you could be
not?
a pallbearer
You
at my
think our
funeral.
wedding would be like big enough to need an usher? You think?
I'm willing to do anything.
Between
guys.
Anissa and I, we're not super friendly people, so literally all I've got is you, Rachel, and Mac. And unless Anissa is going to be one of my groomsmen and also the bride.
Well, you also have
Nicole, do you want to be one of my groomsmen? You could wear one of those like tux dresses where like it looks like a tux, but it's a dress.
I'm gonna
Like,
go
if
ahead
that's your
and veto
thing.
that for our wedding.
You're my
'cause that's
groomsman.
not-
I might think that's really hot.
Acceptable.
So
I'm wearing a fucking
Wear sweats.
tux.
Wear some sweats.
Yeah, you should wear a tux and like
Yes.
wear that fucking.
Wait,
tux.
wear a
Fuck
okay.
yeah.
Wear a tracksuit that just has the print of a tux on it.
No.
Okay, that's unacceptable.
Wow, I see why the room is split the
Yep,
way.
I was just gonna. Yeah. Yes.
I feel so like excited to have somebody who's like reasonable.
naysayer?
Thank you.
someone who's normal,
Yeah,
sort of.
Tavi and James go down this like rabbit hole, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh shit. All right, I'll check back in 10 minutes. Like, let's see where we're at.
So one side of the room has like the stern people, and then the other side has like two goobers that both wish they were in the opposite sex's body.
Nice.
the only time Nicole has just said "fuck it" was when MC Deep was here.
What do you mean?
When like you say whatever we're talking about, I'm talking about. I don't care about us staying on topic at all. I'm just throwing all pre-existing notations out, and I don't know if that's even the correct wording. But hey, guys, Marilyn
Notions?
Manson, check him out.
The
I won't do
only
that.
Marilyn Manson song I can remember.
Oh, school's out for summer.
No,
Schools.
that's Alice Cooper.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because I was 100%.
Okay.
Nicole is about to throw me out.
Nope.
No, wait. A realization that I just had. 'Cause
What's
we
up?
just recently watched Mac and Me, and you brought up Mac, and you were like, "Oh, Mac and Me," and then I was like, "Oh my god, Mac," and in the is in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, you know, there's like Mac, and then the cheese.
Yeah.
Is cheese supposed to be Mac,
What?
like the alien?
No.
Because it looks like the alien.
No, I don't
That's
think
why he
so.
likes the cheese.
No, they say they named him Cheese because it's mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And blue cheese.
No.
Oh.
They say both those jokes on that episode, and all Cheese goes, he goes,
But they also
I
go,
like dirt.
they also go Mac and they're like, don't say it.
This is like how Anissa probably feels when
All right,
we
you can
like
just
go down a
cut-
rabbit hole for
Go back and just cut all that out and just throw it
Absolutely
in
not.
the trash.
because I've
Nope.
I've
blooper.
never seen an episode of Foster's Home,
Really?
For imaginary friends.
and I don't know anything about Marilyn Manson. This is a 3-person thing. You guys talk, and I'll just stare confusedly.
Yeah, so I'm wrong, but I also think he looks like Mac.
I
the
thought this was something
alien.
about my sister. I was like, what was? I was like, Nicole was gonna be like, I now know that that's her sister's name, and I was gonna be like, no, it's a nickname.
What is
Well,
Mac's
I'm just
real
gonna
name
leave. I'm
is
just gonna leave forever
Mackenzie.
let her
and
guess.
not come back.
Let her guess. I meant James.
Damn. Worse than the Ken dog crease, probably.
Yeah, guys, listen to Buffy or What the Hellmouth.
I go by they. James goes by her. It's a whole thing.
Oh, God, I wish I were.
You can change your pronouns. It's actually very difficult. People will continue to call you what they've always called you.
I think if I just went to he for you, is that fine?
It is the only thing. The only reason I won't go to he is because I think that like people love beating up people, and I don't want to get jumped because somebody's like, "Oh, Tavia, he blah blah blah," and somebody's like, "That nigga ain't no he." And then, like a man is beating me up to like show me my place in the world. I don't think I'm masculine presenting enough yet to go by he. I know that they is very clunky.
Yeah.
So like even though like the more I get into transitioning, the more it does bother me. I also understand that like. I appreciate that like you try because I do know people that like have they attempted like the week after I did my first shot and then they were just like she, her, she, he, she. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I mean, I give up.
It's mainly hard for episode descriptions when I type them out
Yeah.
because it just makes it seem like I'm talking about more than one person. So then
And it's also like super annoying to be like TC then and then Tavia then and then they said and then TC and Tavia and Tavia and TC.
I don't
I've
use
done that.
pronouns. And episode descriptions, I just use TC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just, it reads
Well,
the
now
best.
you know I don't know. I don't read the description.
I think I've said Tavia a lot more just because I don't want to like misgender you. So sometimes I'll be like talking, I'll be like, and Tavia. instead of like, because I can't think of like and they or and there. And I'm like, shit, which one goes here? I'm stupid.
Or throw in a Woodstock here and there.
I hate that, Jamie.
Jaime. Jaimito.
Aw, the little James.
So today, in honor of you two being here to cross over with What the Hellmouth, I chose a vampire-related episode. It is not of Die Ranger, listener. It is listeners. We have more than one. Sometimes it just feels like we have one. What up, Duo Grun Fox? I'm kidding. I know we have more than one. Analytics don't lie, baby. Also, like multiple people tell us that they listen to our podcast.
It's just Frank on different accounts.
Oh, Franklin, get in here. Please don't get in here. It's not even close to 10. He's not going to start meowing for another, 10 minutes.
You feed your cat at 10 p.m. too?
Yeah.
My God, that's when we feed our cats.
Yeah. Also 10 a.m.?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Keep them babies on a schedule.
Do your cats also have diabetes?
They do not.
Oh, I don't think Frank ever had diabetes.
Tavia also feeds them people food in between. So,
But Luna will cry at all hours. It doesn't matter how much we feed. And then when we go to feed them, she throws a fit. Like she will run back and forth to the room to like make sure we know where to go to put the food. And she's like, in here. It goes in here. And I'm
I
like,
was taking the food out of the cabinet yesterday, and Luna usually will come close, but not too close. She decided while I'm not looking at her to end up underfoot, and I stomped on her shit.
yeah.
And I felt
she screamed so loud.
She screamed
but then
loud, and I
ran
felt
right to the
so
room to be like, that
horrible.
really fucking hurt, but here's where you should bring the food.
Right, right here. And came back, and I was like, you're doing too much. I feed you every day. Please.
Yeah, she acts like she hasn't. Like she'll be like, we have to be like, you ate 12 hours ago.
she's
It's okay.
guiding you, and I'm like, well, you don't put the bowls down, so how, what the fuck are you? You don't have thumbs.
Sometimes I'll
Get outta
hold
here.
them so that they won't run around Anissa's feet. Like if I'm out there while she's feeding them. But when I let her go, if Anissa's already put the food down, she'll just stand there and keep yelling. And I'm like, there's something broken about you. Or she's not smart enough to be like, okay, no one has food in their hands anymore. So we have to then take her into the room and be like, here, and put her in front of the food. Or she'll just stand there and be like, we have to be like, no, it's down now. You can just eat now.
Frank does not do that. He expects there to always be food there. He will run into our feet as we're walking. He just smashes right into our feet. Also, he does this thing where he'll wait for me. Nicole will already be in bed, and he'll be on the couch just waiting for me to go into bed. And as I take one step into the bedroom, one night he just dashed in.
He
Linda does that every day.
leaped in there because he didn't want James to close the door before he could get in to snuggle.
Yeah.
Luna does that every time we open the door. It's very rare. If all the lights off are if don't worry about it.
All right, let's get into this episode summary because TC just gave up on a sentence. It's a short one too. All right.
Wait, I already
What's
forgot.
up?
What did we have a disagreement about?
Marilyn Manson.
Oh, okay.
And I said, Nicole said Marilyn Manson's music and lyrics were just basic. And I said, he's kind of like the goth Connor Oberst, which Nicole...
Fuck no.
Which I love Connor Oberst. Bright Eyes is amazing. Connor Oberst has never put out a bad CD.
You've said Bright Eyes before, back when we were at our old job, and every time you say it, I'm like, okay, I know this. I've heard Mr. Brightside before. And then my brain has to catch up and go, no, that's not the same thing. And I was about to be like, oh, finally, something I understand. And then I was like,
No.
No, and you
Still
lost
no.
me. And the only Marilyn Manson song I know is that he covered one of the songs from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was like, this my shit, but that's it. That was
Maybe
it.
what's their most popular song?
Yeah.
The beautiful people. The
What's
beautiful
the second
people.
most popular song?
We're all stars now.
And maybe if you name the
in
third
the
most
dope
popular
show.
song.
I think I know that one.
Okay.
Third most. Give me the third most
The
popular.
first one is, yeah.
The third most popular... Rebel, bitch.
Okay, how about fourth?
No, I can't think of...
Maybe if we get to his 10th most popular song, I might have known it.
I can pull up his most popular
I'm gonna be honest with you, I
Spotify.
probably still won't know it.
Yeah, I
Maybe
know.
you should just do the summary.
This is
Beautiful
what happens when you
people.
grow up listening only to gospel music.
Okay, I also listen to Anita Baker and other old school music. I know a lot of Marvin Gaye. Nobody asked me about Marvin Gaye.
Correct.
Well, maybe I have some questions about what you guys think about it. I don't like being ganged up. This is the worst Valentine's Day ever.
It's a double date.
Aww.
This is the first double date we've been on.
Pressure.
Whoa.
And we've been saying that we want to go on more double dates.
But we don't have friends.
Correct.
Hi.
Anissa doesn't like anybody, and I'm too friendly. It puts people off.
Hi.
Yay.
Nicole's saying, hey guys, let's hang out.
Oh.
All right, let's do it.
I'm saying that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Aw.
Okay, guys.
More crossovers.
In today's episode.
Double dates are just
Oh.
crossovers.
Yes.
Not even, we don't even do the show. We have a specific podcast that's just the four of us. And we like make plate clinking noises. So it sounds like
We're
we'll
having
make like
dinner.
ambiance noise in the background that sounds like a waiter, or like sometimes the happy birthday song will be in the background. We'll be like, the service here sucks, but it's just us in this room. No one else is here.
I wouldn't
Just
mind
all
that.
in separate, in the separate corners, like not even next to each other.
There's lip smacking to simulate that we're eating.
Every now and then I'll be like, oh, this steak.
What
this
is that?
steak.
ASMR or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah.
I keep saying a snack crate, but it'd be really hard to do a snack crate because like 88% of doing a snack crate is the facial expression.
Ooh, some
Well,
of
no,
that
we
shit's
just,
nasty.
I have a nice camera that we can
I
record
had a
it with.
snack crate. They send them very late. Like there's no reason I should have gotten my January snack crate today. Snack crate, if you're this episode is brought to you in part by Snack Crate. Snack crate, if you're listening to this,
You didn't say it fast
please
enough.
send my snack crates on time. My January
boom
shouldn't
Howard.
have come in February, and this happens every single month. I have to cancel my subscription this month because James said so, and he's my financial advisor. But next month, when I have more money, I swear to God, if my March box comes in April, I will do nothing but continue to pay you $40 a month. But man, I'll be peeved.
All right, guys. In today's episode of Shootin' Ja, the episode entitled Papa's a Vampire! Question mark. Corny ass Dan befriends a child like in every episode of Zoo Ranger. However, this girl has a dad who would probably get along very well with Dan because he too is corny ass. But Bandora has a new plan for Daddy. Yeah, that's right. Daddy's about to become one hella cool daddy in the eyes of all teen girls out there who probably cut in middle school and carved their boyfriend's initials in their legs, which the boyfriend was rightfully alarmed with at first, but then thought, hey, if she's doing this, that must mean she loves me a lot.
That should have been like 80 red flags.
My sister actually, since she's never going to listen to this, knew a girl who did that in high school. She had a boyfriend who was named after a cookie. I won't say the cookie just in case that girl happens to be listening. But it was a sandwich cookie with a creme in the middle. And wow. But yeah, his name was Oreo. And do you remember the episode we watched earlier of Buffy where he's like, I'm jacked in, and he's like tearing into his arm with a pin? That's what she would do. And then I guess she'd blow on it and like do this. And also he was beating her.
Okay.
So I mean, that was the plot twist there that I guess made it not the same thing, but I didn't really think about it until I started telling it.
So rape and domestic violence on this Valentine's Day episode.
What was the rape? Oh, right. Immortal Technique. Sorry.
But then thought, hey, if she's doing this, that must mean she loves you a lot. Because teenage boys are insanely stupid. Also, guys, this is
Also
a
just
true
men.
story from my life.
Was it you?
I was the
Boy?
Yes, I was the boy.
There
She
was a girl
carving.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I know.
What did you do to her?
I didn't do anything. She was just.
Gave her some of that dragon dick.
It's dino dick. though.
Sorry. Well, you sent us dragon penises. James one time sent us dragon dicks like, well, this is what my dick looks like.
No, I said that might be what that person.
And it was like
who
very
said-
purple and like ribbed. And I was like, it kind of
Yeah.
looks like herpes. Or at least what I've always assumed.
Oh my God.
Like
Just-
during an outbreak.
Just Google it. Google herpes
I'm
outbreak.
not going to do that.
Please.
Certainly not.
Can
And
you
describe
imagine how
it to
many
us.
like ads are gonna
Bumps.
start popping up for like creams and stuff that
Yeah.
they can use?
But yes, that did happen to me. But like I said, these girls would think Daddy is so seductive because an eyeball is turning him into a suave, smooth vampire sucking supple neck of hot hussies. dude's probably coming for May next. Or should I say next? Neck.
I got it.
God. God. Who would Nicole be happier with? May inside of Reen's body, who is actually me inside Reen's body, or Reen inside Bandora's body, but I'm in Lami's body? That's the Scorpion lady, Nicole. God.
I don't know who that is.
Pandora. Now
What's
that
up?
I've seen her in comparison to actual Rita from Power Rangers, was Rita from Power Rangers actually brown, or was she doing some sort of blackface to be as
she was
brown
brown.
as Pandora?
I've been
Yes.
thinking about this for a
thank
long
God.
time,
It
so I
was-
want to get this joke out. I'm
What?
trying to get in Bandora's box.
I did. I was like, okay, Pandora with the cheekbones. Okay, like she's
She was
kind
a
of a
bad
baddie,
bitch, or should I say
yeah.
a bad witch? Was she a witch?
Yeah, she is.
Okay, she was a bad witch.
Yeah,
A
she.
techno pagan.
Yeah, she is a techno pagan.
Literally though, because she uses
techno-pagan, if you
science
will.
to make her fucking bad guys.
This isn't gonna make sense because
I
that
mean,
episode won't drop
yeah, it won't.
anywhere.
I think Pandora
Ooh, okay, give me 1 second.
uses magic. She doesn't use science. TC, you okay?
It's hot.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Strip
Gotta come out.
in.
Oh man.
Ooh, take
oh no,
it
that's my
off.
boobs. Sorry. I'm
We got
sorry.
titties out.
Oh, and
it's
rubbing on the
really
mic.
Valentine's Day now.
Oh no.
Ooh, oh my
Okay,
God.
there you go.
This is embarrassing.
There you go. None of it's getting cut.
Sorry. I'm in the Dewey. The beater in the Dewey. I lost my headphones.
They're right below you. They're in your hand now. They're on your head.
Okay, I think that they're on my ears,
Yes.
right? Okay, cool. Oh,
Okay,
man,
where
fucked my
was I on
microphone.
this?
I have no idea.
Pandora's box.
Did I vamp when I said Beater in the Dewey?
I mean,
Oh my God, James,
yeah.
we could be a rap duo named Beater in the Dewey.
Why?
I'm going to be the Dewey because obviously the other one has a negative connotation, but I didn't mean for it to.
You could be Skeeter in the Dewey.
That would be more fitting.
Yeah.
People used to call, like, there's a group of my friends that call me
But then we'd have to
Skeeter.
change all of it and it'd be Skeeter and the gay porn addict. Work as well.
Okay, but this eyeball Dora guy is only making this daddy a vampire so a real vampire can suck the daughter's blood. Dan comes to the rescue and makes the sexy, ripped hallucination a daughter is having for her father poof away to reveal the cornball dad she's always had, Die Ranger. So, Anissa's never been on the show before.
Hi.
What is your relationship or your knowledge of Power Rangers or Super Sentai?
Okay, so I didn't know Super Sentai existed until you mentioned it. So when I first started watching it, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Like Power Rangers absolutely ripped this off from the costumes, the poses, everything. Just from the intro song, like alone. And then with Power Rangers, as a child, I was not allowed to watch Power Rangers. I did when I would go with like my grandmother out of town, but my mom would not allow me to watch Power Rangers because my cousin, Ray Melendez, in case you're listening, I want you to know that it's your fucking fault. He would like me, him, and his sister, my god sister Janissa, would pretend to be Power Rangers, but he was older than us, bigger than us, and stronger than us. And he would whoop our ass, and like he'd do flying like jump kicks and shit. It's also why I couldn't watch wrestling, and because my mom was like, "Well, every time you guys watch Power Rangers, you try to reenact it, and then everybody's crying." So we're just gonna we're gonna cut that out. But from my vague memories of what I did watch with Power Rangers and then watching it again when my brother and my sister came along, because my brother is 10 years younger than me. My sister is 18 years younger than me. So watching it with them, I'm like, oh, okay. I remember some of this stuff. But I don't know, man. I was just like, this is a complete... Power Rangers didn't even try to pretend like they weren't ripping this show off.
Well, yeah, the main thing that they were doing was they were intentionally just cutting scenes and making a cheap show to repurpose. Yeah, but Super Sentai and Toei or Toei, however you pronounce that's the company that makes Super Sentai. They're still seeing a cut from it, so it's all good. I think
Yeah.
Power Rangers,
It's still on, right?
yeah, and is probably still keeping
They just had a
Super
movie.
Sentai going. Yeah.
At Power Ranger sheets. It was Mighty Morphin. It was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Ooh.
I got them from a thrift store.
Why?
Because we're poor, James. I was poor and I shopped at thrift stores.
But why Mighty Morphin?
Because that was what they had. Thrift stores don't have like the same, like they don't have options.
Yeah, they do.
I could get like those or like some frilly ones that probably had like stains on them that you could never get out.
Yes.
Which would not be the ones I'd pick.
Do that? What kind of stains, though?
I was going to say which kind, but it was very grotesque.
Oh, just do it.
It was like woman stains.
Okay. Have you ever seen that video? I was going to ask
Tons of
you.
cum. I'm kidding. It was blood.
I was going to ask you this during the What the Hellmouth recording because it just came up with Willow. We said, I think Willow's a squirter, but that wasn't on mic, so no one listening to that will know that.
We did not have time to. I had a note about it, but we didn't have time.
Yeah.
I was too busy trying to teach you how to say very basic words.
Yes. Minute. Minute.
Yes.
Minute.
Say. Okay. Sing the chorus from Missy Elliott's Minute Man and just keep
I don't know
singing.
it. I mean, I've heard the song. I just don't. I don't have any song memorized. I don't have my own songs memorized. But I was going to ask you, have you ever seen that video where a girl, like, it has, like, the camera on her sheet and she goes, that's not pee, that's my squirt.
No.
Never.
No,
Yeah.
I've never
But I have seen a
that
video
ever in
where a
life.
woman is being double fisted and it looked really, really painful. And then like as she's about to achieve orgasm, she goes, take it out. And the girl double fisting her is like further and like shoves her arms. She's like, no, take it out. But then still comes.
No.
I was like, damn, her cervix is done for.
Wait, is it two, like, one in the...
No,
one-
they're both in her vagina.
Okay, yeah, no.
Like a praying mantis. You know how like praying mantises already do the prayer hands, but then they're little bitty balls.
Yeah.
Like that. So she just was double fisted up.
I don't know
Looking
why
like
that
one of
makes
those
me
like
wanna throw
UFC
up.
previews.
Yeah, like now
Another
my,
woman's vagina.
my like uterus hurts. I'm like, I got cramps. So thanks for that.
I don't want that.
I haven't had cramps in months. I've been marathon taking my birth control. I have not had a period since November. What?
Marathon
Yeah.
taking them.
I'm sure that when I do run out of birth control, I will not be okay. But I'm good for now.
We're gonna have to miss an episode. It will be
No.
in
I'm
the
going to like
hospital.
bleed to death.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
And I bet like I've tricked my uterus into thinking I'm pregnant. And she's making. Have you ever seen that like the parallel where it's like your uterus is making like a baby room or like a nursery? I bet my uterus is making like the best nursery, and she has been since November. And she's like, oh my God, I didn't think this was going to happen. And then like 1 month's going to come and I'm going to be like, hey, I know it's been 6 months, but I've got really bad news. And she's going to be like, I fucking made this. And she's going to like actually just tear my uterus out. I'm going to bleed
What
the
do you-
entirety of my uterus out.
What do you mean by marathon?
So birth control comes with 3 weeks worth
Yes.
of pills. You take the pills for 21 days, but if you take pills for the rest, you don't miss that week, your period doesn't come.
Oh, okay.
I just got tired of having cramps. Like I just like 1 month I was just like, oh, this sucks. So I just kept taking them.
But in comparison, lately my periods have been worse. So I'm gonna say that's your fault.
But I also have one of those like turbo periods where any woman
Yeah.
around me takes the period that I have, and it's very bad.
absolutely has the alpha
I
period.
have a very
in our
short period. Like
relationship.
I don't. It doesn't last more than like I have. My first day is before I got on birth control. The first day of my period, I'd like throw up. I'd have to stay home from work, and like I'd be laid out on the bathroom floor because if I left the bathroom, I'd be like. And I'd have to crawl back to throw up
God.
again. That's why I don't eat ham and cheese Hot Pockets anymore. And then the second day, like, would
Because
be very.
they amplify your period?
No, one time Rachel, like, God bless her, she was trying, and I was like, I haven't eaten today because my period. And she was like, here you go, friend. I made you a ham and cheese Hot Pocket. And that 2 undissolved aspirin and a Midol came back up, and it was hard because it was like partially dissolved aspirin, so it's just like wet powder in my stomach.
Ugh.
And I had to like. The retching I had to do to get ham and cheese and bread and undissolved pills up was some of the worst. And then when I saw it in the garbage can, I was like, well, that's the end of ham and cheese Hot Pockets for me. To the point where like it was so bad that I was just like free bleeding on the bathroom floor next to a bag that had the Hot Pocket in it. And then I got on birth control and like, but the periods that I have typically when I lived with Mac and Rachel, we all sunked up. And then when Anissa and I started dating, we also synced up. And she was like, my periods have never been this bad. And I was like, mine have. An ex of mine started getting blood clots when we were like dating. I've got the alpha period.
Actually, okay. I've asked Nicole this before. What are the wings for, guys?
To keep them from moving around in your underwear.
Okay.
Shifting.
But it doesn't, like, I have to, like, sometimes double or triple up, though.
On the wings?
No, on pads in general. I'll wear like 3 pads, but like I line the pads from like the top of my underwear to the back of the top of my underwear.
Yeah.
So
It's
you're
waistband
like
to waistband.
you're like a heavy flow is what
Yeah.
you're saying. Why not just wear a sexy like diaper?
It's coming off as a kink. And I want you to know that it kind of seems like a kink. Diapers aren't sexy, one, and neither is menstruating. I mean, I guess some people think like menstruating is sexy. I don't.
Me neither.
It's natural.
I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I can't have sex. Don't look at my vagina and I won't look at yours. But I'm also not one of those people
am.
that's like, hell yeah, bleed on me. Like, I mean, I'd still have sex during, but also like, I don't like actively seek it out.
I'm exactly like that, but the opposite.
So then that would be you are exactly not like that.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I am exactly like that.
I was going to say, I've learned so many of your kinks and I want to shame all of them.
What? What kinks do you know about
Yeah,
me?
I was gonna say which ones.
There was that one podcast where you told us that you like musty women.
Okay, yes.
That
I mean, not
You get
musty.
off to instructional sex education.
Yeah, like you like edutainment porn.
It's only that
you
one
rub them out to
specific
either
one.
Scooby Doo or Phineas and Ferb,
No,
which like
that-
makes child cartoons sort of like
No, that
a
was
thing
not.
for you.
That was a
Oh,
joke.
yes,
No, I don't believe you.
that was me just saying.
and you
I'm
just
going
said something
to
about
masturbate
diapers,
regardless.
so now I know you like
Oh my
adult
God.
babies. And menstruation.
And I feel like maybe one time there was furries brought up. So
Oh, absolutely not. No.
I think you
I'm
like
pretty sure we
like
brought
I don't think
off
that
the
he
foxes with
topic.
titties.
In the episode of I'll Get There that just dropped, he didn't know what yiffing was, so I think that
I don't know what that is either.
they had to explain it where it's something about furries, and either he faked that
It's
much
just
better than I think.
furries that having sex.
It's Nicole that has the furry kink. Okay, all right, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, look how furry I am.
It's you just so desperately want fur. You throw on a costume and say, "I'm complete."
That's what I do when I put on like dicks. First, I do a little dance, and then I'm like, "This is how it should
I
be."
just imagine you
and
just
then I look
having
in the
like,
mirror,
like dicks like taped on you.
Like battle
like a
armor.
porcupine. Yeah.
Draw it up, Nicole.
It's me, but instead of boobs, it's just 2 dicks hanging from my chest. Or you know how like they do those like very flat faces in like comics where it's like a guy who just like his eyes are dead and his face is like a flat line and he's like he's obviously perturbed. That, but it's me pointing in the mirror like, why you got them titties?
Stop saying like the full joke has not been released yet.
Oh, but does this? That comes out after this.
Yes.
Okay. Damn.
In like 2 weeks.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
The spoiler is I hate having boobs.
Not only does the idea of like just your full body dick coverage freak me out, but also
I think
getting
that would
back
be
to the
great because then we could
show.
have like sex and like we could be like I could just be pulling them out. Like I'd be like, like I could just be going from dick to dick each thrust.
like, this one's spent, next dick. This one's spent, next dick.
I never run out.
But what also freaked me out, getting back to the actual episode, was that eyeball monster. I think things that have more than 2 eyes are fucking scary. Specifically spiders.
There's spiders. There's those deep sea.
Yeah, I definitely don't fuck with
That's
those.
not an eyeball.
Oh, if you use it correctly, it is. Those deep sea fish with the.
Yeah, I
from
know what you're talking
SpongeBob.
about.
It's an angler.
Anglerfish.
anglerfish.
Black men that tell you to open your third eye. Anything with more than 2 eyes is awful.
Like it freaked me out. So like the whole episode I'm watching and I'm like, God, I can't wait until they kill that monster. And then when they were fighting it with the like big super sword and the eyeballs started popping out of the sockets, I was like, oh hell no. Like please let it die already. Ugh,
I have a very
awful.
deep-seated fear about eyeballs in the sense of like a big worry of mine is that one day something will happen to cut my eyeball. Like it's one of my top 10 fears. Like sometimes we'll be in like stores and I have to like blink really hard because my brain is just like, what if you walked into one of those glass corner shelves? And I'm like, what if I did? Or like what, like I'll be like writing on a piece of paper that is not moving. And my brain is like, what if the wind blew and the paper flew up and slit both of your eyeballs? Or like, what if I'm walking down the street, trip and slam onto a curb with just my eyes? Like none of it is realistic that it would happen, but it's always a fear that I have. Like what if like one night I'm sleeping and I like rub my eye, but it's just my nail. Like,
Oh no, I have that fear too.
or like when Anissa gets nails, I'm like, something's gonna happen where like it's gonna stab through my, like I have a big fear just surrounding eyes in general. was like, he's just so like exposed. He has so many eyes that this could happen to.
He's so naked.
That's why I don't watch like slasher movies.
There was a Would You Rather game, and I think that this is a great question to pose on a podcast. So the Would You Rather was, would you rather paper cut both your eyeballs or put your mouth on a curve and have someone kick the back of your head so that it like shatters your teeth?
I mean, the paper cut.
I'm going to do the teeth.
I'm not getting curb stomped.
Like it'll just fuck your teeth up. It'll hurt, but just your teeth. Like the back of your head will be fine. You won't have a concussion. It'll just be like your teeth are done.
Yeah, eyeballs.
No, I'm going to do the teeth.
I'm going to go with teeth too. My eyeballs have enough problems. These
But you
glasses
should
are
actually
fucking
do the
thick.
eyeballs. You have such good teeth. That would be such a waste.
Yes, we've talked about it on What the Hellmouth.
They're not real. Oh, but I mean,
They
they're not
are
real. She could just
My
get replacements.
teeth are real.
You could
I
just get
don't
more
know Why
veneers.
you keep telling people
Look
that.
at her teeth, Nicole. Show her your teeth. Do those look real to you?
Yes.
No.
Thank
Put your
you.
head back and let her see the
Start
top.
laughing, start laughing, go ha 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 ha.
You have to see her teeth from like the back. Put your head back. Don't they look fake?
No.
All right. This is obviously a side of the room thing.
Yes.
Me and James are not crazy. I can't reach it. Me and James are
Just
not
slide
crazy.
the coaster over.
That is so smart.
There
Why'd you do
go.
that? Because I've been watching Tavia struggle and laughing so hard
That's still
internally.
too far.
I'd be like, look at this motherfucker just finger tipping that
Like
cup.
a baby. This is how babies-
I was just waiting for it to fall, and then
It's like
I would have laughed out loud.
Like our cat does that. Luna, one time I had a full bowl of like shrimp fried rice, and she like played me really well where I thought she was sleepy, and she was so cute that I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick you up, and like she's giving me sad dog eyes, like she was like and I was like, oh, mama. So I go and pick her up and I put her on my chest, and the second I did, she was like, thanks, bitch, and reached on the counter, and I was like, Luna, no. She was like pulled it down. It hit the floor. She scratched to get out of my arms, and then her and Draco sat on the floor eating my hot sauce and soy sauce covered shrimp fried rice. And by the time I got back with the broom and dustpan, they had eaten all of the shrimp. And I was like, what will I have for dinner? The answer was nothing. I did
The
not get to
rice.
eat dinner. They had eaten most of it and walked through it.
Yeah, so
Ew.
I had
gotta
to wash their paws off because they were covered in soy sauce.
the only reason we have to wash Frank's paws off is because they're covered in diarrhea.
Jeez.
He's got poo paw.
No,
Hey,
Luna doesn't do
so
like...
Yes.
the episode, right? Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk
you
about
can
that.
see why we end up with fucking hour
you're-
long.
I think you're the only one that's talked about the episode.
I did the summary.
I try so
So
hard.
the theme song, I think, is the same exact theme song. The theme song is the same visual theme song from Die Ranger.
No, it's not.
It's definitely not.
Tavia's dying.
Bye bye.
Oh,
Bye bye.
Wow, and it made me like 10 times hotter. Did it make me hotter?
I always think you're hot, babe.
Was like a teenager. Like, oh wait.
Let me tell you guys. So it has nothing to do, but so when we were kids, when I was like 8 or 9 and Morgan had to be 14, 15, she one time saw like one of those truth ad commercials for cigarettes. And she was like, I have a really good idea for a non-smoking commercial. So what she was going to do was she wrote this commercial out where it's like, so these kids are in high school and there's this one girl and they're like, that's Caitlin. She's super popular and she's so cool and sexy because she smokes cigarettes. And then it was going to flash forward and Caitlin was going to be in the hospital, like bald from the chemotherapy and be like, am I still sexy? Like, yeah, man. And at the time, I was like 8, and I was like, that's so good. And now that I'm older, I think about how insanely insensitive that is.
But you guys are still laughing so hard.
That's funny, but
Because it's bad.
it was a terrible idea. Oh,
That's
man.
terrible, Peter.
Do you remember
So
those
that
like those weed ads where like they'd flatten out and they'd be like, oh, Jen can't hear you. Ever since she started smoking weed, she's been like that. And she'd be on the couch like,
Yeah.
like she's flat. That was it. That is how weed makes me feel. But like if you could see paranoia in her eyes, that too.
That little girl was
Weed
not
makes me very
a great actor. So after watching so many episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, seeing there's a lack of face acting here that was like disturbing.
I keep telling
to
y'all,
me.
Sarah Michelle
'Cause I
Gellar is
was
the
like,
face actor of this generation.
So all of the acting comes from what they're saying.
Yelling.
Yeah, and like what their movements are. There's nothing in the face.
Nothing.
That little girl said a lot of shit, and it was just like, ooh, your face has not changed. Your facial expression has not changed.
Well,
And then-
especially May.
Oh my,
Right?
yeah.
Because even in the intro, I was like, what's wrong with this bitch?
Yeah, she looked very timid. Like she was like, I don't know how to use my weapon.
I'm so
Oh my
glad you
God.
said that because every single episode when I watch the intro, I think, did they only get one take? What is... crack
do it
a
right the first
smile.
time.
Do
Is
She
something.
the only
Or you're out
woman
of
that
there.
showed up.
Yes.
Probably. She had to be. There's no
I-
other reason for
The
it.
only thing I can think of is that is the first
She's
thing they
just like-
ever shot, and this person just didn't know the genre and was just uncomfortable. That is the best shot they got. However, maybe episode, halfway through the series, she's a lot better.
Okay.
The vampire monster, the big blue thing, did look like something straight out of a Missy Elliott music video. They put him in
Absolutely.
like the fisheye lens very often. He does a lot of like bending down that like in the background it was like boom, boom, like the I can't stand. I was like, oh yeah, this is Missy Elliott for sure.
Do you wonder if Missy Elliott loved Power
I can't
Rangers?
stand the rain. I didn't know that was a real song for years. I maybe learned like last year that actually is a song.
What?
The song that she sampled, it was a sample. I just thought Missy Elliott had made that song for whatever the name of that song is. I can't stand the
think
rain, I guess.
PJ brought that up yesterday,
window.
and he said no. Yes, because he said we need to listen to some Missy Elliott stuff on a podcast him and I
I think
are
that
doing.
you should listen to 1 Minute Man. It's my favorite Missy Elliott song, and it's got your boy Ludacris on it.
Oh man, I love Ludacris.
And
my favorite Missy Elliott
the
song.
whole verse is him likening sex to being a mechanic,
Yeah.
which I one time
In a
did.
way that is oddly fitting. I was like, huh.
Some brass fittings.
Get your oil
Perhaps.
changed. I check fluid and transmission. I'm assuming the fluid is the cum and the transmission is the vagina.
I don't know.
The poop.
Or maybe lube.
I don't think I'm very hard pressed to believe that straight couples use lube.
They do.
I know plenty of straight couples
I think that you
use
guys
them.
maybe are just forward thinking straight people. I don't think straight people. And if they do, it's a newer thing. Like when I worked at the hotel that one day, I worked at a hotel for one day. And I was talking about like, I don't know how we got on the subject of sex since I had just met this girl, but I talk about sex with everyone. And she was like, if my nigga got to use lube, then he ain't fucking me right. And I was like, no, you're just not having good sex. And I feel bad
that's
for
what
you.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I was
no,
like, you've
your
probably
sex
never
is
had
bad.
good sex.
Speaking of talking to people that you hardly know, in this episode, that little girl, it threw me off because like she just meets the Power Rangers or the not Power Rangers, and she tells them immediately that the dad is a vampire.
That is every single episode of this.
The vampire says, I'll get you, tomboy. And I want to know what makes her a tomboy. Is it the baseball bat and the overalls? Is
Yes.
that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's a dyke because she has a baseball bat and some overalls, is what I'm gathering.
Yeah, they said
That's a stereotype.
Every episode of Zhu Ranger is some random kid that they might already know, but most of the time they are meeting for the first time. So compared to Die Ranger, that TC has seen episodes of, Zhu Ranger is a kid show. Die Ranger is like, was this marketed towards kids? Yes, it was, but it shouldn't have been.
But like, because even in my notes, I put ruining family ties for a kid is pretty dark because like when they're talking about what their goal is in making her believe that her father is a vampire, it's to ruin her family ties with her parents. And I
Oh.
was like, who the hell wrote this?
Before I was aware that the cop was the little girl's dad, I wrote down that I've never wanted a cop to arrest someone, but damn, that little girl was a nuisance. Like I wanted her to be arrested.
She was very like I got a lot of Harriet the Spy where she's like nosy as fuck. She's got the binoculars and her little magnifying glass to see the giant flying eyeball. I didn't understand why she was like, let me take a closer look at the shit that's like 3 feet away from me.
She also, though, is like a great example of why I personally did not have a lot of freedom as a child. She just went everywhere she wanted to. And where did she want to go? The fucking forest. She's going to the forest and shit. This is why my mom kept me in the house, in her room, making her tea, kind of like a slave. I was maybe a slave a little bit.
So you guys are hating on her, but I love that character.
I did too.
I thought it was.
I
don't
actually
know, it
am
was-
never a fan of kid actors.
Yeah.
I hate children in television and movies make me sick. But also I hate kids. So I think it's just kids altogether.
Hey, who played Harriet the Spy?
Your
Michelle
girl,
Trachtenberg.
Michelle Trachtenberg.
Michelle
She
Trachtenberg
literally
has been
wasn't
coming
everything.
up so much recently.
The
Yeah.
dad's teeth. I thought the Buffy teeth in season 1 were bad. His teeth were just like 2 pieces of Jello hanging from his mouth.
It took me a second to realize
And I
that those
hate
were
Jell-O.
the things. I was
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I thought it was just like.
what the hell is, oh my God.
Like weird blood.
I thought it was just like, I thought it was blood. And I was like, whatever they used was bad. But then also I was like, it kind of just looks like he had just eaten like the top of a parfait and like turned around like, oh, you caught me a little messy.
But Bandora's thing, in the first episode, she is trying to make all the children of the world kill themselves.
Ugh.
So Bandora's fudged
Where was
up.
she when I was 13?
Yeah.
When the little
I wasn't
girl's
sad
dad
yet.
shows up in that first flash of him being a vampire, I put, my dad's a monster too.
Okay, so just if you've listened to episode 4, I did not choose this because it was father related.
I was like, it's a dual crossover because it's about vampires and a child that has a shit father.
But she has a good dad.
Okay, and
But he's
Anissa has a
not,
good
though.
dad.
I do. Shout out to Poppy. I called him earlier today.
But the girl is anime/JRPG AF. She could be in an anime or she could be a character on any Final Fantasy game.
Go, she's fucking hot.
Oh, yeah.
How old are they?
Probably like 23.
I'd ride that dick. Had to make sure that he was of age before I say that.
Okay.
So in the scene where the little girl is like first sees her dad in the dream state as a vampire, there's a scene where they're like, your dad's not a vampire, you're just being fucking weird. And she's at the fountain and she's having like this very heartfelt conversation with the water. And Anissa seemed to be like emoting a lot and thinking that was like a huge deal. And I was like, what the fuck is the little girl talking about? Like it was very much just like a stream of words where she was like, oh, Dad, I can't believe I failed you. And Anissa was like, oh, and I was like, what the fuck? It was just a dream.
Well, no, I wrote this down too because the flower that her dad gave her fell into the water.
Yeah.
That symbolizes
Because
a
she was
loss of
bent over the-
innocence.
Oh,
Yeah, her relationship with her father washed away.
same.
And she was like, when she was saying that he could be like the monster and she would like still love him, I was like, oh,
Can't relate.
precious little baby.
None of this is relatable.
Because like the beginning, she was like talking shit about her dad. Like
Immediately.
you're fucking
Immediately
coward.
She was like,
told on
you're a
him.
terrible fucking police officer. You're a fucking coward. You're a cuck and a cunt and a piece of shit, Dad.
I have to do all the work around here to get you promoted.
Look at me.
Yeah.
8 years old chasing niggas around with a baseball bat.
And then at the fountain, she's like, you don't have to be a detective. It's fine.
It's like, if you want to be a coward, it's okay.
It was
she just wants
In the
that.
scene where she
yeah.
knocks the cross from his hand, that's exactly, I don't know which came out first, Zoo Ranger or Fright Night, but that's exactly the scene from Fright Night. Have you guys seen Fright Night?
No.
no.
Oh my God. I think that would be right up your alley. I think that you
would.
It's got Susan Sarandon. It might not have Susan Sarandon. I don't
love
know
Susan
who it has.
Sarandon.
I don't think Susan Sarandon's in it. But there's a scene where we find out that the guy is a vampire. Oh my God.
You don't
Hold
know
on.
who that is?
1 second, guys.
What? No, I'm searching Fright Night to see if Susan Sarandon's in it.
I swear to God, she's not. I can say with certainty she's not.
All right, so you guys do that, and me and Anissa will
Chris
talk about
Sarandon.
the episode.
Chris Sarandon is in. He plays the vampire. So there's a scene where the guy, Charlie, finally finds out that the guy, Chris Sarandon, is a vampire, and they're having like the last fight. And there's some point where like they're just talking as regular people because Charlie doesn't know he's a vampire yet. And he's like, well, crosses don't work on vampires unless you have faith. So they flash forward to the last fight scene, and Charlie is like, he musters up the courage and holds the cross in Chris Sarandon's face, and he has like the big vampire teeth, and he's like, you have to have faith, and he grabs it and bends it and starts breaking the cross. And I was like, that's the same thing.
Yeah, because little girl just got her cross swiped
Out of her hand.
My
Yeah.
whole thing was like, is Christianity a popular religion?
Yeah, it's Christianity's
Or
everywhere.
are crosses just very popular
But I'm
jewelry?
saying, right, like for a little girl to just be carrying it around, like, I know in Mexico, like all of my fucking cousins would walk around with rosaries and stuff, but is that something that's popular?
And in 2011,
elsewhere?
that was also very popular for Black people to do. Gonna be honest and very ashamed, I also had a rosary.
I mean, I have a rosary.
You are Catholic.
It glows in the dark and it freaked Tavi out.
Yeah, we were having sex one time and I looked back and saw a glowing green Jesus and I was like, we are done. I think I'm going to head home.
I have ones that are upside down.
No, James. The St. Peter's cross is not for me.
I bought a ring that had St. Peter on it and she stole it.
Who? St. Peter stole
Anissa.
it?
No, St. Peter's not a she.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
They
is.
might be. Who am I to judge? Be whatever gender you want to be. Be gender fluid. Don't have a gender.
I think that was also an episode of Ancient Aliens.
St. Peter, if you're listening to this, what the hell? How?
Heaven earbuds.
Oh, I hope God's not listening to this podcast.
Speaking
I'm
of sending
certainly not
people to
getting into
heaven. That little girl was inside the eyeball monster. How did they know that if they killed the eyeball monster, she would get out? I mean, they didn't because she got out before they killed the eyeball monster fully. But my whole concern was they were beating that eyeball monster's ass and that little girl was still in there. So how stupid would they have felt that they had killed the eyeball monster and the little girl just never appears again?
Or she falls out, but she's in a
died.
coma or she's she's in a vegetative state for the rest of her days.
Forever. And now you got to explain to
Her
her
poor
police
father.
officer father what the fuck you did to his child.
Obviously, he would imprison them. The part where they throw their weapons together, what happens if one of them misses? He's like, dagger, and then it falls just to the left of the other of the weapons.
They'd have to scramble to get it probably.
He's like,
No,
fuck,
just do that thing where it replays it 2 more times.
Oh yeah.
dagger, sproing.
Exactly.
What was the part where they zoom in on the little girl's face over and over again? Oh, what
Oh,
were
and
they
she sees her
talking
dad
about?
for the first time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just to promote dramatics.
I mean,
For
I know,
emphasis.
but I was just like, come on. This is how you did that?
It's just soap opera shit. That's
You know, I love me a good soap opera, James. I grew up watching telenovelas. So soap operas are right up my alley. I love it. That's why the overacting thing, I like it because that's what I'm used to. But the fact that their facial expressions didn't match, because, a Spanish soap opera is all facial expression. It's very, very dramatized. So I expected that the same way.
And a lot of pushing. When they argue, as soon as the argument starts, they start shoulder shoving. I'm like, this isn't how arguments work. What are you all trying to convey?
Of slapping, hair pulling. Somebody always gets shot. Always, even in the children's novelas, which was real crazy.
I came across this Asian soap opera one time, and it was just a clip of it that I saw on Tumblr. And it's this woman is at the mall with her 5-year-old daughter. And it's literally supposed to be dramatic. And the little girl, she turns her head to order something at Auntie Anne's or some shit. And she turns around and she's like, May? And she's looking for her daughter. And you hear Mama! And she looks up and the little girl is on the escalator, but she's on the arm part going up the escalator. It's not a big deal. Anyone could have gotten her and been like, oh, here's your daughter. But the mother is ripping and running and she's like, oh, my baby. And then she's like, Mama! She gets drug up the escalator. The mom gets her and somehow gets her off and then slips and falls down the escalator and goes down the down escalator. And the little girl is up at the top Mama! And then when she gets down, she's dead from falling down an escalator that no one else was on.
Where did you see this?
It was on Tumblr. I'd have to search to find it. But it was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. It was they were what's dramatic? Fucking escalators. I don't know.
No, you know what? A dramatic escalator scene from real life. When my mom was about 6 or 7 months pregnant with my sister, me, my younger brother, Xavier, who is, like I said, 10 years younger than me. So I was 18. Savied was 8 years old. And my mom's pregnant. So on Canal Street, there's a bunch of stores and you can go, the escalators are very, very long. So I used to love running up the down escalator just to prove my fitness levels, I guess, when I was younger. And my little brother was like, I can do it too. And my mom was like, I don't know, those are really long escalators. You're not used to that. Mm-hmm. And my brother's like, I'm going for it. So he runs up the escalator and he gets halfway and he's starting to slow down. And then 3/4 of the way, he's really struggling. And then he's 4 steps from the top of the escalator and he's like, my legs! And then he's just going down the escalator. And me and my mom are laughing so hard that we're literally crying. Mom's like, I have to stop. I'm going to pee on myself. I'm pregnant. My control down there is not great. So I'm like, Mom, oh my God. And because the escalator is long, he's crying for such a long time. And so then he gets to the bottom and he's just in a heap crying. And some older white woman is like, are you lost, honey? And we're standing at the top of the escalator still cackling. And we're like, no, he's with us. It's fine. And oh God, I can't wait to tell my brother that I told that story on a podcast. He's going to hate me even more than he does.
I don't know why I was going to tell an escalator story about me. And then I remember that it wasn't an escalator when I fell down the stairs at the holiday party this year. But it wasn't an escalator. My knees gave out. And I just went down the stairs at like the Field Museum.
Okay, so TC pulled up the video they were talking about, and it's the escalator girl. Mom falls down. We'll post a link of it. Can you send me a link of that?
Yes.
It'll be in there, guys. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
She literally, the little girl's not even moving.
Yeah, the little girl. So you know how there's a space in between.
Send it.
Yeah. She's just in the space in between. It's not like she's moving or anything. And then
Oh my God, did you see? Wait, did you see? Were you reading the caption?
Yes, little Asian girl.
scream.
Yeah, and at the end it said little Asian girl crying as subtitles.
So as the mother is falling down the escalator, she screams, and the subtitles go Asian scream. It said it's not a regular scream. These comments on this video are actually really funny. Like somebody put all moms are like that. 3 tear-eyed emojis, 4 crying emojis, 5 more tear-eyed emojis, then put moms are best in the world. No one like a mom. Love you, mom.
Is there mom
What?
dead?
And somebody else put, if it was my mother, I'll cry bad. And then somebody put, please, if this is real, let the mother go to the hospital. If it is not, you're joking. Please, if this is real, please, you have to get that woman to the hospital. Please, if this thing is real, with the cutscenes and the editing, we have to get her to the hospital.
Leave the child on the escalator.
That's
There's no way this
thing.
thing with 6 angles could be fake.
I was trying to find it on my own device, and it pulled up something that says mom dies in China in escalator accident, and I thought, oh, TC, I'm gonna have to cut all of this because it was actually real. But then no, what I found was not the same.
Jesus.
I just watched a snuff film.
Ooh. Should we go so you can,
Yeah.
you know?
You don't have to masturbate to snuff, okay? You can
I
just
was like, you
appreciate
don't have to
the
leave
art.
so I can masturbate. And I was like, no.
Well-
No, yes we do.
Well, first and foremost, you don't have to is correct, but also there's maybe like just don't masturbate to
Who
snuff.
are you to judge? You masturbate to tentacle porn.
I don't, and
Anissa
I wish
loves tentacle.
that
You love
stop
tentacle porn.
saying
It's
that.
canon.
It's like a disgusting amount
How much you love tentacle porn?
Not that it's not disgusting that
Oh
you
my
love it,
God.
but the amount
at
in
which you love it
you
is
love it
disgusting.
is filthy.
Like she loves tentacle porn.
disgusting.
She loves it more than her family, more than me. She loves
yeah, of
tentacle
course.
porn. She one time said, I don't love my mother nearly as much as I love watching something with 9 arms fuck something else.
How much?
Two.
How much tentacles?
Like how many
make it
tentacles
good?
is too few
Yes.
and how many is too many?
Exactly. That's what I was gonna ask.
Any tentacles is too many.
All right, she's already lying.
What about the floating eyeball with the tentacle dangling down from the
that
episode?
Floating eyeball do it for you?
Are you
No.
horned up right now?
Can
Like
I-
she saw that floating eyeball and was like, ooh.
Oh, you were
She got a
emoting
little hot
lot.
under the collar.
I don't like eyeballs.
Anything with
Eyeballs freak me
more
out.
than 2 eyeballs freaks her out, but anything with less.
She talks about my eyelashes a lot. I think she has an eye kink.
No, you just
Definitely.
have nice
Eyes and
eyelashes.
tentacles.
somebody
that
with an
guy
eye
is
kink would
perfect
say.
for you.
Wow, how can I compete? I only have 2 eyes and 2 arms.
And 0 tentacles, 0 phallic devices.
Oh God! And I mean, that's really all I want in
That's
life.
a lie.
I actually have several phallic devices.
Several phallic devices.
In a one-on-one with another person, you accidentally let it slip that you were about to start talking about your dildos, and this is when we had just started kind of becoming friends, and you thought, oh man, I was about to let my manager know about my sex toys.
No, that was in the night crew chat.
Oh, it was? Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Because it was something about we were talking about a toy chest, and I said something that was very ambiguously about having a toy chest. And one of the other agents, we had been talking about James, and like he said something along the lines of like James's toy chest, but he literally meant like he was like, oh, this agent, you need to come to my house and like check out all my toys. But he meant like these.
Oh,
like
yeah, yes, because I was trying
figurines.
to we were moving.
And he was like, oh, James wants me to check out his toy chest. And I was like, oh, I've got it. Or, oh, God, I can't remember what it was. But I said something where I didn't say myself specifically, but I was like, oh, that's not the only toy chest in this chat, or something that was very vague.
Yes.
But I was regarding like having tons of sex toys. And something got really confused where he was like, are you talking about James's dicks? And I was like, I don't know how many dicks James has.
And
I had to explain for several minutes and then like DM James like, hey, I want to be super clear. I was not talking about you. I meant myself. I have tons of sex toys. I'm sorry if I crossed the line. I didn't mean. And I think that was only second bad to that one time.
Wait, I think I already know. Can I explain the story and see if it's the correct one? So it might be. Is it something I said or something you said?
Something I did.
Oh, okay. Because the thing I was thinking of was we were talking about men with vicious V's. You know, like on their pelvic region, that area. And I said, oh, they're called cum gutters.
I used to have another group chat on GChat that was just me, Anissa, my sister, and a couple of our other coworkers playing Smash or Pass. And sometimes I'd fuck up and have both chats open, and I'd drop one of the people we were talking about in the night crew chat. And James was just like, that guy's got great cum gutters. And I was like, what the fuck?
It was our friend Alex, me, and TC in a one-on-one, and we were talking about it, and you guys were thinking, yeah, but why are they called cum gutters? And I just say, women can cum too.
Oh, yeah. And we were like, we know that, James. But no, I was talking about that time. So I meant to drop a meme in the night crew chat. And it's this meme where it's like, when your manager call you into a meeting to say the same old shit he said last week. And it's this dog, like a chihuahua, that's like, and he just looks very bored. And I accidentally sent it to James privately. And he sent me like 4 sad faces. And I was like, wait, James, no.
And remember, I was TC's like direct manager.
I felt so bad. I told Anissa, she was like, well, damn, you can clean up your desk.
But there was no, I'm sorry. There was no sympathy for me on that one.
I do want
pretty funny.
you to know that I just thought you were sending it like, oh my God, I see this meme and it would be funny if I sent it to James because it would just make him sad.
I just meant to put it in the group. There was another time.
This bitch wants to hurt my feelings.
But not actually mean it though. Just to say like, oh, this is so funny. I don't really think this way, but it would be funny if I just send this to James.
There's also there's a meme where it's like me every time I have a meeting at my job, and it's Anna Kendrick looking very bored. And I dropped it in the night crew chat, and then like 20 minutes later, James was like, but TC, the only meetings you have are one-on-ones with me. And at the time, my numbers were really poor. So I was like, he's going to get the wrong but right idea. Damn. Oh, man.
No matter how poor your numbers were, TC, I had confidence in you.
And we still talked about my relationship troubles, even though I definitely should have been focusing on my numbers. But James really just let me vent. I could be like, TC, I'm very concerned. You've been doing like 5 contacts an hour. And I'd be like, yeah. But what do you think Anissa thinks about me?
Does anyone have any more notes?
Okay. Yes, but it doesn't matter because you're just going to change it to something else.
Go.
No.
Tell us.
Okay, nope. I have
We'll do it.
On the endings of the quote unquote villains, right? So one of them just says, psych bitch, ! Eyeball bombs. So obviously when the giant eyeball thing got even bigger and then was throwing eyeball bombs, I was like, whoo, when they thought they killed it the first time and then it just came back bigger, I was like, ooh, tricked ya. And then the vampire dude gets away.
Yes, he's he's always in the main cast.
Because I was like, this little blue dude, what's his name? Dan.
Toad Pat?
I put don't pull a gun and just shoot at toes because like he shot at him and he was like, oh, and then ran off. And I'm just like, he lived? You pulled out your like super like blaster and he got to live?
He pulled out the blammy and he got the blicky and got to get away.
Like what? You
But I do like when Dan, he pulls out his gun and goes, Ranger gun. And I wish that more people that had guns did that. Could you imagine you're like running from someone in Chicago and they're like, Glock 40. And you just feel the sting of the bullet. I'm going to get a gun and shoot someone just to do that.
But what if it was a specific, like you have your like robbery gun, they're like murder gun, like they're different.
Smith & Wesson, serial number 44W. What? And the person is long gone, and I'm like 26Z.
I like tried to sneak, but you say it really loud.
You can't help but scream it every time.
Or that like you do a robbery and that's how you get caught, because they're like, is this your voice on the recording? Is me like, blicky nigga. And they're like, who else would have said that? And I'm like, okay.
So
all right, Your Honor.
Liz from Roswell. That happened on like as the scene is happening, I'm like, well, her voice is too like
she has like
and shrill to like be the voice of the robbery. And they took that bitch to jail. They said, well, that's clearly your voice.
They said, that's your voice, height, and weight. So you're going to jail, Elizabeth.
I was like, you're a dumb bitch. You are the dumbest bitch of all time. Whew.
Nicole, you got any notes?
I thought you were reading them off your palm. And I was like, have you been doing that the whole time?
One of my notes is his boob eyes chomped him.
No, I had that down too. I said munching booby eyes.
I wanted him to have a pair of glasses on just whichever two eyes.
Oh, and he had one sleepy eye, just a single eye that was drowsy.
He had like 4 eyes that had color contacts also.
Oh,
Yeah.
And a tube eye. That was really fucking gross.
Yeah.
He was like, I got a couple hazel eyes. I got hazel eyes, you know. I think that color contacts are like, ugh. People that wear color contacts are like people that wear like, I don't even fucking know what to compare you to.
Did you
In
talk about
5th
this on a
grade, that was
podcast recently?
popular.
I don't think so. When I was in high school, though, I went to school.
No, you're going to tell that story. Please don't tell the story again, the gore story about the eyeball.
No. It's much worse, but it's not gore. When I was in high school, I was a senior in high school when I was in choir, and there was this girl that came in. She was also a lesbian, and she used to bully me, but that's neither here nor there. I'll never forget it.
Also, everyone's senior is in quotes, air quotes.
I did become a senior in high school. I just never went to college.
Credits tell something else.
I got my last, James, fuck you. But she had these gray contacts and like came into choir, and this boy who also was gay, actually. Were we all gay in choir? It doesn't matter. No, most of us. But anyway, so she comes in, he's like, oh, can I see your contacts? And she took them out and handed them to him. And then like 4 of them started just putting them in their eyes. And then they'd be like, okay, you put one in and I'm gonna put one in. And they were using the solution like it was like some type of disinfectant before they'd put it in their eyes. And then they were using it as like eye drops. No. And I was sitting there in the back like, oh my God. Like, I was like, wow, all of y'all are gonna get like a gay version of pink eye.
Or just regular pink eye.
Like advanced pink eye.
Like when I was in 5th grade, color contacts are popular. And I was like, I can't get any. My mom won't give me any. So my friend brought me a pair like that were new. Thank God. And I put them in and they were green because obviously I was going to get away with having green eyes all of a sudden. And one of them tore while it was in my eye. And I did not wear contacts again until I was in my 20s.
When my ex was 20, she got contacts from the beauty supply store up the block. It was across state line, or it was on state line. That doesn't matter, but still. She got contacts from the beauty supply store, and like at the time she worked at Outback, and she like wore them to work one night under her glasses, and they were like these like heather gray contacts. And when she came home, I was like, babe, where did your contacts go? And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, your contacts aren't in you. I can see your brown eyes. And she was like, damn, they must have fell out while I was at work. And I was like, and they wouldn't have like hit your glasses or something. She was like, I probably blinked them out. And it must have been like 2 hours later. And she starts like blinking really hard. And she's like, oh, damn, my eyes burn. And I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, there's something in my eyes. And just started like crying out the contacts. And they like snuck down from like the upper corners of her inner eyes. And she had to like cry them out and then pull them out of her eyes. And I was like, please don't wear those again.
That happened to me.
Oh God.
Like I fell like you're not supposed to sleep with them in, and I fell asleep, and then they were just like I could like see the edge of it, and I was like, oh, and I had to like pull it down. It was so gross.
Anissa will wear 1-day contacts for a month and won't take them out.
I'm very lazy. And especially when I have like long nails in, I don't want those anywhere near my eyes.
Long nails and
No.
limited contacts, she'll wear them for 6 weeks. And then she'll be like, my eyes are so dry. And I'm like, you have been wearing contacts that are 24-hour contacts for 120 hours.
when Nicole and I started talking online together, she brought up that she hates glasses. I took that as she hates guys who wear glasses. I wear glasses. So I got contacts before we had ever met saying, hey, yes, I do look better without glasses, but she'll prefer me in contacts. And I hated them. They always made my eyes dry out. They would make me want to go to sleep earlier. And then I realized, no, Nicole just hates herself wearing glasses. Was that it?
Yeah, and I was like, what was your plan?
To always wear contacts.
Oh, that's so precious in a sort of odd kind of way. But
And it's another
still
good
very
reason that we're
precious.
on this side of the room because I also would change myself for a woman.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
High five.
I would do anything to not be lonely. If Anissa had been like, damn, I love men with face tattoos, I'd be like, well, first of all, I'm halfway there and I could get a face tattoo tomorrow.
Yeah. I would just do anything to make Nicole happy.
Oh.
Precious.
Nicole, happy Valentine's Day.
Anissa, she doesn't celebrate Valentine's Day.
I don't.
We celebrated last year by going to see Love Never Dies.
I got Anissa a violin.
Awesome.
A
I
violin.
cried a lot.
She did.
Actually,
would you guys
I-
like to see a vidya?
Oh
I'm
my
kidding.
God.
No, we do not
She would
have
hate
time.
That.
Yes.
No, she'd hate it also.
I cry so much. It's ridiculous.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done here. I mean, you know.
All right, I'm going to drop my mic.
No.
Just have to knock it over.
Just hear like the clattering.
What do you guys have to plug?
You can go.
Oh, all right. You guys can.
No, I meant leave.
Oh, well, that's good too, I guess.
Bye-bye.
You can follow me on Instagram _Anissa Marie. You can check me out on
Don't check
Twitter
her out. It's my job.
at _Ms. Valdez.
Keep your eyes to
And you
yourself.
can always cash at me at the little $sign Anissa V24. I need all the coins that I could get.
But if they probably enjoyed hearing you guys talk, like, and they want to hear you weekly, what could they do?
Well, if you cash at me, I can go ahead and I'll read whatever you want me to read to you. That's fine.
Text me at 773.
Not what he was trying to
Guys, what
say.
weekly thing do you put out that we possibly record
I do
here?
put out at least weekly.
Oh my God.
I'm going for nightly, but sometimes
literally 2
if
hours
you want to
ago.
hear me for free, I guess.
I did not literally put out 2 hours ago. I was in your home. That would be rude.
No, recorded 2
I know,
hours
I was
ago.
there.
What the Hellmouth? You can listen to the dulcet tones of my voice, and also hear a lot about dicks.
Yeah, for
lot.
some
I
reason.
love
About
talking about dick. For
dicks.
someone that hates men, I love talking about
Dick.
penis.
I mean, you're like halfway there.
Ooh,
talking
men
about
do talk
penises
about their
all the
dicks
time.
all the time.
I'm just going to start wearing my strap-on out of the house and always,
Yeah.
oh, my back. Oh, my God.
That's because God knew you were lying.
Like I cracked my back and it hurts so bad.
That was punishment.
Hey,
It was immediate.
You remember markers?
The reverse of what, like that was the negative downside. I was like, you know how when you put like a cracker in some soup? That's what just happened to my spine.
You remember crackers?
You know how when you crunch down on a crouton and it destroys the crouton? That's my back.
Good.
No, bad.
It's nice when you crunch on a A crouton?
Yeah, but you said a crout and it sounded like you said croup. And I don't really know what croup is, but I think.
I am croot.
What is croup?
I don't know.
One time my mom had GERD.
It is a word.
And when
I
she
don't know
coughed,
what
she'd be
it
like,
is.
she'd be like,
DC's laughing.
she'd be like, she just couldn't cough. That was the whole illness. The whole illness was that she couldn't cough, but she needed to. So she like all day and all night she couldn't like sleep. Or like she being
Why
dry.
is that funny?
Because it lasted for like 6 months. For like 6 months, my mom would be like, oh man, I got the Charlie horse. It's like my ribs are locking up.
That happened to me on the previous recording of What the Hellmouth. Wherever you're listening to this, you can listen to What the Hellmouth over there. Please listen. It's super funny.
The reviews
It's
are
so
in for What the
good.
Hellmouth. People are saying stuff like, I love it. I've never seen Buffy, but I'm gonna start watching. Why does Tavia talk about dick as much as she does? James really loves masturbating. What the fuck is a nickel brick? These are things people are saying. The New York Times has said nothing about the podcast, but that's okay too.
And speaking of nickel brick, let's throw it over to you.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
What do you have to plug?
I have a freaking website. darlinghomebody.com. Get all the things. Buy them all. Also, you can read all the Crumb Bumps comics on there. You can also read about Mostly Speaking Sentai. There's buttons. You can click on all the buttons for all the podcast apps. And then underneath that is Mostly Sketchin' Sentai. It'll take you right to there if you click on a different button.
Yeah.
And Instagram and Tumblr and Facebook at Darling Homebody.
Yeah. Follow us at MSS Pod on Facebook and Twitter, and on Instagram at MSS Podcast. Follow us on Tumblr, Mostly Speaking Sentai. Also, we said it last week. Please rate and review us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, whatever. If we get 500 reviews, I said it last episode, I'm sticking to this. 500 5-star reviews. I will post a video on Pornhub of me rapping completely naked, completely erect. It will come. I won't actually come, though, if we get those 500 reviews.
I can't believe I'm going to have to do 499 reviews and have Anissa do the other just so I can confirm whether or not you actually have a penis.
Yes, I have a penis, guys.
James, I don't believe you.
Nicole, do I have a penis?
Yes.
Why would she not say that? That'd be like Anissa not saying that, like, I don't know, something good about me sexually.
Tavia doesn't have a clitoris.
That's not true. I've been there.
You've been to my clitoris. Mm-hmm. All right.
You have a
All in
vagina,
this-
but where the clitoris is, you have a Ken Dalcrease.
Yeah, that's actually true.
She's been inside
No,
the
there's
clit.
actually just like an index finger over it, and it's not mine. There's just a finger where my clitoris, an
Ew.
entire finger.
But all you have to do is move that finger to like make it from
You
the
gotta
clit.
thumb wars it. Thumb wars it.
Ooh.
That's true. Can
Can you what?
I didn't plug anything.
Oh, yeah.
I started
Oh,
talking
wait,
about
wait,
my
wait.
mom
Hold
having
on, hold
GERD.
on. I'll Get There and This Movie's Gay. Those are my other podcasts. Check them out.
Follow me on Instagram at tavia.cw. I post pictures of myself and me and Anissa, and maybe that one picture of me and James that Anissa took earlier. I'm in the
Really cute, guys.
the beater and the Dewey. James is in a shirt that kind of reminds me of Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
It's pretty precious. And his red pants.
I
That's how
haven't done
James
laundry
says
in a
it.
long time. Red pants. I'm Bob Dylan.
Wow, red pants. Also, follow me on Twitter where it's Tavia_CW because they don't let you put the period. And I'm gonna say that every time until they change that stupid rule. Follow me on both Tumblr and Snapchat where you can find me at TCHALISEW. That's T Shalice W. My middle name is Shalice. Don't ask me why. I asked my mama. On Snapchat, I post pictures of me and Anissa eating snack crates from various countries. I pay $35 a month, so please tune into that. On Tumblr, I post videos that I've made a long time ago, sometimes about me being ugly, sometimes about how it's hard to find love, but that's okay. I also post GIFs of porn and social justice stuff, but usually just links to podcasts that I'm on, like What the Hellmouth.
I think that's
On
it, guys.
Valentine's.
I mean,
Oh,
I've been James.
wait, also,
I've been James.
listen to my
I've
music.
been James.
I'm Squidward.
See you at the Krusty Krab, Squidward.
Also, listen to my music. Marsh. Land. Monster. Listen to What the Hellmouth. For some reason, TC wants to always do that. I've been James.
I've been Tavia.
I've been Anissa.
I'm James.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai.
水を引くんだ運河お米作ろう田んぼ石をぶつけファイヤーご飯できたら万歳
James told me.
Wait, no, I can redo it. Hold on. I thought it would be Nicole. No, I'm just kidding.
Stupid.
Stupid. Okay, are we ready?
Would you do a podcast
Yeah.
with me if that was how I talked? Like if
No,
I
I
talk
don't.
like this, would you do a podcast with me?
Yeah.
No.
I would hate that. No one would want to listen to that.
You don't know.
But James would want to mix it.
Yeah. As long as it's of
Stupid.
great volume. I'm fine with it.
You know I'm never of great volume, James.
Yeah.
Did you just say that to get in a... I feel like I'm at like a Jamaican night at a club.
What club are you going to at 17?
The gay ones.
Whoa.
I wasn't even like gay at 17. I was
mean,
like,
I don't
I'm a
know.
bisexual. I'm a bisexual woman.
Yeah,
And look at me now.
You're bisexual.
No.
And a woman.
Oh.
Whenever you say, like, on What the Hellmouth, like, you go, oh, men are the worst. Fucking disgusting men. I just want to turn over and say, welcome to the club, dude.
I want to be clear that cis men are the worst.
Oh, no.
Trans men are stereotypically amazing because
Oh, no.
yeah, it's still just you.
Oh, no.
I think that's a bias.
What's a
I'm
bias?
100% biased
It's
against
a
men.
bias.
They're the worst.
They
I
are
think
the-
everyone is the worst.
That's also a fair assessment.
Get it. All right. Are we ready for this? Unfortunately,
I don't discriminate.
This is a
I hate
blooper.
everyone.
Yeah, Nicole's an edgelord, guys. She's been really into SKR. She's been listening to their mixtape No Lives Matter, which is super problematic. Right? That is.
It's terrible.
Yes, okay. I'm glad I'm on the right side of things.
I just cracked my back and it was like it went all the way up my spine and I felt like probably had. Do you remember those little blocks from like elementary school that had holes on all the sides and you just like. Okay, do you remember markers and how you could connect?
Yes.
That
Do you
was what my
remember
spine
markers?
did. You know markers? Do you know what those are?
Do you
Yes.
remember those?
Do you remember way back
Do
when?
you remember the time? Wow, I
What is
sounded
that?
just like Michael Jackson. Holy
So what?
shit.
This has been 3 minutes before you started singing? 2?
Well, that point
like
was so
one.
accusatory. So it's been what? 3
One.
minutes? Like, damn, I thought I was getting pulled over by the police.
Ba-ba-ba.
Okay.
Sounds like the SpongeBob episode. The manual training.
Stepping on the beach, doot 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 doot. Stepping on the beach.
Did you just flick water at me?
No.
Oh, it felt like someone flicked water at me.
I spit on you.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
The only time I ever cried at work was after a friend of mine passed away, and I cried at Burger King in the drive-through little area, just crying, saying heroin got another one,
Damn. Harsh.
and then thinking, God.
Wow, you are trying so hard not to laugh, and you are failing.
Guys, this is gone. Does anyone have any more
funny.
notes?
It wasn't that.
Yes,
the story
but it
wasn't
doesn't
funny.
matter because you're just going to
No,
change it to
no,
something
go,
else.
Go.
No.
Go.
Tell us.
Okay, I have two
We'll do
notes.
it. We'll do it.
Yeah. TC's somehow Tumblr famous.
Because of that video about me being ugly.
Yeah.
Let me
How
quick
many
aside.
notes?
Have you never seen that video?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. It was like what you guys saw before I joined OST, right? Which
I
was
don't know.
terrifying for me. It was horrifying.
I vaguely I was like, man, Tavia's face looks familiar. But again, I wasn't speaking to Tavia when we first met.
Very
because there
aggressively
was
not
just-
speaking to me anytime she did. It was kind of mean.
That's just how
Go
I
on.
talk.
That's also true.
But I was just like, man, sort of looks familiar. I think I know that face. And then as we started speaking to each other and sort of getting to know each other, Tavia talks about how they're Tumblr famous and that,
I don't think I said it
there's-
like that. I don't just
well
walk up to
known
people
on
like,
Tumblr. And that there was a video that got a lot of traction. And I just remember when it all sort of came together because Tavia's like, it's about, and I was like, you being ugly. and I was just like, I'm sorry. I know that you're, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be that aggressive about you being ugly, but it was just it finally came to me where I knew Tavia from.
But I also knew that she had seen it because I had been stalking her Tumblr for months. Not before we were sleeping together. That'd be weird. After we started sleeping together and weren't following each other on any social media, she one time sent us a link to something that she had seen on Tumblr, and then I went through until I found a notification that seemed like something that would be her name. found her Tumblr, confirmed that was her breasts in the IV, and then just started stalking it. And I always name search when people follow me on Tumblr to see if they've reblogged anything of mine. And she had reblogged that and a couple of my other videos. And I was like, so she does know who I am. But then I guess I wasn't important enough of a character to stay in her mind. So happy Valentine's Day.
Maybe she just didn't equate you with ugliness.
Exactly. And now you're always on my mind.
I thought she was going to be like, now you're always ugly.
Yeah.
And I was gonna be like, okay, I think that this is not good. The plot twist is the dumping.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.